Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is super exciting because it is part 2 of my most popular video here on my channel, which was all about budget countries to study abroad in, because I know that money is a huge obstacle when it comes to studying abroad. And when I first started thinking about studying abroad, I thought that studying abroad was only something for rich people, because in my head studying abroad was always so expensive. When I've done my research now and also from my experience of 4 years of studying abroad might not be as expensive as you think it is. So in this video, I want to share with you more budget-friendly study abroad countries. If you're new to my channel, then hi, my name is Laura. I'm a 22-year-old German small-town girl. I just graduated from 4 years of studying abroad in Scotland. I did a semester abroad in Toronto, and I now work remotely from my laptop, and I do a lot of study abroad advice videos like this one. I do a lot of travel vlogs, weekly vlogs. So if you like this video, make sure you consider subscribing to this channel. And there's also my neighbor, and he's like walking around, and he's probably gonna see me film myself. No, he's not. Also, I'm super excited for this video because this is actually a collab with other study abroad YouTubers. So make sure you check out the playlist down below to binge watch some study abroad videos and to just find some new study abroad YouTubers. I also asked you in my Facebook group Girls Study Abroad to recommend some budget-friendly countries. So many of those ideas actually came from you. So thank you so much. And if you haven't joined my free Facebook group yet, make sure you do so. It's a free community of over 1,800 girls studying abroad and empowering each other. So we would love to have you. Okay, so the first country I want to talk about is Italy. And I have been to Italy plenty of times. I went to Rome in 2019 and I absolutely loved it. And Italy is a very popular study abroad country. You're gonna find like so many vlogs of studying abroad in Italy here on YouTube, and like fair enough. So I've been to Rome. I loved it so much. Obviously, Rome is a very popular choice, but then you also have Florence, which is a very good choice if you want to study some art-related courses like fashion or music or architecture, arts, history, anything like that. And of course, you have like lots of museums and it's just very rich of history. But then there's also Milan, which of course, if you want to study fashion, would be an excellent choice. So those are like 3 main study abroad destinations in Italy. So there are plenty of study abroad programs that are taught in English. However, as always, I highly recommend you to learn the language when you're there and also before you go. I just personally think it's just part when you go to a country that you respect that country, the culture, and you learn the language, and locals are so gonna appreciate it. So in terms of cost, the tuition fee of universities really vary, whether it's a public university or a private university. So public universities can be something of like 2,500 euros per year, but private universities can be up to 10,000 euros per year. So it really does depend what university you want to go to. In terms of rent, if you go to a place like Rome, obviously it might be a bit more expensive. So I found a number of 400 to 900 euros per month. In terms of food, I think it's also pretty average. So around 150 euros per month, which all comes down to 800 to around like 1,300 euros of living expenses per month, which is not the cheapest. As an EU student, you can work up to 20 hours per week in a part-time job, but if you're not an EU student, not from the EU, then you have to get a work permit. And in terms of visa, this is kind of similar with all EU countries, where EU students don't need a visa, but you usually have to register. So in Italy, you have to register in like an office or like the city council if you want to stay longer than 90 days. And non-EU students can stay up to 90 days without a visa. And if they want to stay longer, they need a visa, which costs 60 euros. So yeah, honestly, Italy, like I personally would love to go there to study abroad. I think it might be such a great experience, a very different culture as well. And I think that sounds really wonderful. Also, by the way, with any of the countries I recommend, do not forget ever to also look up health insurance and travel insurance, because that totally depends on what kind of program you go with, on your own insurance, on the country. So I can't really give advice there, but that's also something to always consider. The next country that many of you actually recommended is Hungary, particularly the capital Budapest. And Mariana actually said, I would suggest Hungary. The living cost in Budapest is pretty cheap and semester fees are up to 1,000 to 200 euros. Plus, it's easy to find complete degrees in English. And I also researched that and I found like incredible information about study abroad in Hungary. And I've been to Budapest last year as well. I absolutely loved it. It's for sure on my list of places that I want to live in for a bit longer, because Budapest, first of all, it is so cheap. Like, you have no idea how cheap the food there is. Like, but then on the other hand, Budapest is obviously so beautiful. There's so much to explore. So many coffee shops and restaurants, very vibrant culture, and I felt super safe there as well in Budapest. The tuition, I found the numbers of 2,500 to 3,000 euros per year, so a little bit more than what Mariana said, but I think that also just really depends on what university you choose. Living costs, including transport, food and rent, you can get by with around 600 euros, which is like incredibly cheap, and I would agree on this. Like, Budapest has been so cheap when I went there, which is obviously really good. And I also found something about a scholarship that's called Stipendium Hungaricum, which is like the Hungarian scholarship. I think they make sure you research that if you consider studying abroad in Hungary. And in terms of visa, it's the same with Italy. You know, EU students don't need a visa, non-EU students do. If you're enjoying this video and you want to study abroad, but you have no idea where to start, no one to guide you throughout the whole process, you need more information on how to apply, how to figure out a good university to go to, accommodation, packing, everything, then I got you. I covered all of that in my Girls Study Abroad ebook, which is a step-by-step handbook to studying abroad, written by me. First-hand experience of studying abroad for 4 years. It really covers everything from even deciding to go abroad to coming home from studying abroad. If you're enjoying this video and you want more information, make sure you check out my Girls Study Abroad ebook. You can even get a 10% discount. The discount code is linked down below in the description too. The next country, and this is actually one that's not in Europe, it is South Africa. So Cara said, I went to University of Cape Town, the best university in Africa. We have professors from all over the world, and tuition is like $6,000 annually, and I did medicine, which is the most expensive. So other courses are much cheaper, and I really enjoyed my time. The people are really nice and there are no animals walking around. It's like New York. Cape Town, in fact, is like such a popular destination as well, for example, for digital nomads and for studying abroad. Most expensive, of course, is the flight, so getting there, but then the bachelor programs and master programs, so the bachelor's degree, its entire degree, it's between 3,000 and 6,000 euros, and the master's degree between 2,000 and 24,000, so that's like a bigger span, but once again, you have to check how much your university costs in your course, because it all varies. For groceries, you can get by with 100 euros per month, and for accommodation, you can go into a dorm, which is around 200 euros, or you rent your own flat, which is around 300 to 700 euros, so also quite affordable. So generally, living cost, I researched, is between 300 and 750 euros per month, which is again very cheap, including everything. Visa, and here it doesn't matter if you're from the EU or non-EU, because it's non-EU, is 100 euros. In terms of safety, because that's something that I was really curious about, obviously you have to check in with your doctor whether you have to get like any shots or have to be, you know, prepared for any disease there. And what I also found was really interesting is that in South Africa there's something called African time, whereas it's a lot more slow, you know, it's slower way of living, whereas, you know, the more European or American way, American time is a lot more fast paced. But I think, you know, if you really want to experience a different culture and you want to step outside your comfort zone and you want to be on a completely different continent as well, I think that South Africa would be a great choice for you. The next budget-friendly country, this one is again in Europe, is Slovakia. Slovakia's capital is Bratislava, which has impressive architecture. There's the Bratislava Castle, so Bratislava is apparently really beautiful. I've not personally been there. In Slovakia or in Bratislava, you can study many different kinds of courses, such as natural science, civil engineering, economics, medicine, and dentistry. Those are like the most popular courses there. And in terms of language, a lot of classes there are taught in Slovak. I think that's how the language is called. But there are also international schools where all the classes are taught in English. In terms of cost, For EU students, there is no cost involved, no tuition fee, which is very, very cool on public universities. And if you are a non-EU student, then you pay around 2,000 to 5,000 euros per year. And in terms of living costs, because it's like the Eastern European countries, also like Hungary, are like much, much cheaper than Germany, Spain, UK, like you can't really compare that, like it's so much cheaper. So same as with Hungary, it's around 600 to 700 euros per month for a living cost, which is so good. In terms of visa, EU students have to register with an office within 10 days of entry, and non-EU students can get a visa for 33 euros. So I think Slovakia, out of all the countries I researched, is probably the most affordable one. And then last but not least, the last country I want to present to you in this video is Greece. I've been to Greece several times, and I think it would be a very interesting country to study abroad in. Very beautiful. The Greek food is just amazing. Popular study abroad destinations are Athens and Thessaloniki. There are many university courses that are taught in English, but of course, as always, learn the language. Just know Kalenichta, which is good night, and Yamas, which is cheers. Just like in Slovakia, there's no university tuition for EU students on public unis, and non-EU students, it's between 1,500 to 9,000 euros per year. In terms of living costs, it's similar to Slovakia. It's one of the cheapest countries in Europe, so it's between 450 to 700 euros per month of living cost, which, again, this is awesome. And on top of that, you can work a part-time job up to 20 hours per week to, of course, help you with your budget. If you need some more tips on budgeting, then I created a free study abroad budget guide for you with my best money-saving tips, a budget breakdown of both studying abroad in Scotland and Canada, and you can download all of that for free. You can get a free PDF on my website, which is linked down below in the description box. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Don't forget to check out the playlist with all of the other awesome study abroad videos that the other study abroad YouTubers created. I'm so excited to watch them myself. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best on your study abroad journey. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!